Mrs. Applebee has just returned from the grocery store. Hello, Mrs. Applebee. What have you got there? Why, it's a big bag of groceries. Mrs. Applebee, do you know where your groceries came from? No, not from the grocery market down the street. Those groceries came from all over the world. That's right. Those groceries had to travel quite a distance to get to you. Wow, that's a beautiful pineapple. Most of the world's pineapple comes from Thailand, the Philippines, and Indonesia. That's right, Mrs. Applebee. Not all the fruits you eat come from America. The Applebee family is just bananas about bananas, and that's no surprise. The United States is one of the largest importers of bananas. That's right. You can't grow bananas in your backyard, Mrs. Applebee. Bananas grow in warm climates like India. Along with India, Ecuador and Brazil produce more than half the world's total bananas. Bananas are the #1 fruit consumed in America. The average American, like Mrs. Applebee, consumes 28 pounds of bananas each year. Ah, broccoli. While most fresh broccoli in the U.S. comes from California, that's frozen broccoli, which comes from Mexico and Guatemala. Believe it or not, the former republics of the Soviet Union produce 70% of the world's potatoes. Nice catch, Mrs. Applebee. That apple looks delicious. That apple probably came from one of the apple-producing states. Maybe Washington, New York, Michigan, California, Pennsylvania, or Virginia. The average American consumes about 16.5 pounds of fresh tomatoes each year, and most of the time these tomatoes come from south of the border, Mexico. In the past, tomatoes were considered to be aphrodisiacs. In fact, the French called them apples of love. Well, we sure learned a lot today, didn't we? We'll let Mrs. Applebee go now. She's got a meal to prepare and the impact of globalization to contemplate. Bye, Mrs. Applebee.